Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So I've been using CIT Bank for some time now, and I've gotten a chance to see what their savings account is like. So in this video, we're gonna go over the best CIT features, we're gonna go over the pros, cons, and whether or not it's for you. Is it the best high yield savings account of 2024? Is the very much high, juicy interest rate worth it? We're gonna find out. And by the way, before we get started, if you do enjoy the video, if you find it helpful and you appreciate the research, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to check out the links in the description where you can find free money, free rewards to help improve your personal finance and business journey. Let's get right into it. Now, before we get into all the details, the one disclaimer that I want to share here with you is the fact that in this video, we're going to be covering the CIT Platinum Savings Account. Now, CIT does offer different tiers of savings, as it is the case for the Savings Connect, which has different requirements. But right now, for the purposes of this video, we are going to be focusing on its highest tier, the one that offers the juicy, the very much juicy 5.05%. But here's the caveat. As of April 2024, the interest rate is this high. However, the downside that I personally noticed with this one is the fact that you do need $5,000 in order to qualify and be eligible for the 5.05. Now, of course, this is absolutely going to depend on how much money you have in order to start your savings account. But I wanted to make sure that you are aware of this because I don't want you calling into the bank saying, hey, you are not giving me 5.05%. I am getting 0.25%. But hey, they're going to ask you, well, do you have $5,000 in your account? So that's just something to keep in mind. And also, if you are looking for a bonus for new high yield savings account clients, so let's say that you want to leverage your new relationship with this organization, currently there is none available to the public. Sometimes what I've noticed with a lot of these banks is they do have offers, but they last maybe a month, 2 months, where they give you a bonus for opening a new account with them. But right now, for the high yield savings account specifically, they do not have one available. There are other banks out there that do offer a bonus, a cash bonus for your business. One of the ones that comes to mind right now is SoFi and also Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Those two are organizations that I personally bank with. So if you are interested in learning more about those, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can find out more. Okay, so now let's move into zero monthly fees. Certainly, this is something that this is a non-negotiable for me. I do not want any fees eating up on my savings account. Now, the good thing about a CIT Platinum savings account is the fact that they don't charge you any fees for your high yield savings account. So with all this being said, we're going to be moving on here on to the next set of comparisons or the next set of features per se. Now, there's also no minimum deposit required. Now, ideally, I am looking for an organization that does not have a minimum deposit required to start saving, to start an account with a certain organization and get the high APY. But CIT Platinum does need you to deposit at least $100 to get started with your high yield savings account Platinum. So again, this is going to depend on how much money you have in order to get started. Ideally, I'm looking for zero, so that way everybody can get started. But I understand that there's different tiers. Not every bank is going to be for everybody, and they do have their own target audience, and each bank is going to target a different personality, a different income bracket. So I do understand the fact that they do have certain tiers and certain requirements or low thresholds per se in order to qualify for their business. Now, the next thing we're going to be looking at here is something that is very important, and that is the FDIC insurance or the NCUA for credit unions. Now, ideally, I am looking for something that gives you at least $250,000. That is the standard per account per user. There's some organizations out there that take this number all the way to 2 million, 8 million, but quite honestly, most people would be okay with $250,000, and CIT Platinum certainly does meet that requirement in my book with a $250K insurance themselves. Also, now when it comes to easy ways to access and transfer your money. Now, when I am transferring my money from I have a couple of accounts in different banks. Now, generally speaking, based on all the research that I've done, 1 to 3 business days is very standard when you are transferring your money out of your high yield savings account to an external organization. Now, CIT Platinum does just that. They do take up to 3 business days. They don't take 4 days, 5 days like some organizations out there. So I want to say that this is pretty standard. Ideally, I would like my transfer to arrive the same day. For example, as it is the case with Marcus by Goldman Sachs, that's the one that I use currently And when I transfer money from my SoFi account to Marcus, it only takes a couple of hours. So again, this is going to depend on what exactly it is that you are looking for. If you're looking for convenience, or you are okay with you waiting a couple of days in order to receive your money into your external account. Now, speaking of deposits and transferring money, when it comes to making deposits, CIT Bank does offer the very much standard bank transfer, direct deposit, wire transfer. You can also mail checks, or you can deposit checks through your mobile application. These are the things that I personally look for, and convenience definitely comes to mind when I hear of e-check or mobile deposits. Now, continuing here with the best features of the CIT Platinum High Yield Savings Account, let's look at the withdrawal frequency. Now, for withdrawal frequency, there used to be a federal limit of 6 withdrawals for savings accounts, but the regulation was suspended back in 2020. Now, it's up to banks to decide how many times or what the limit it is for its clients on a monthly basis. A limit of 6, it's okay, it's a standard. It is a perk if a bank allows you to make more than 6 withdrawals per month. For example, CIT Platinum, you have no limit, so you can withdraw as many times as you want on a monthly basis. But you do have to remember that in order to qualify for the 5.05% or the highest interest rate, whenever you're watching this video in case it goes down, in order to qualify for the highest interest for CIT Platinum savings, you do need to keep the $5,000 minimum balance. So just keep that in mind, because if you don't do that, then the interest rate may be much lower than what you signed up for. Okay, so now when it comes to easy access to your money, how can you take money out? How can you check it? Well, the CIT does offer the very much regular standard online mobile access. Also, if you do end up opening a checking account with CIT, they're going to give you a debit card that you can then leverage and use through your checking account and access your high yield savings account that way. You would just have to transfer from your high yield to your checking account, and then you can start taking cash out that way. So this is a really cool feature when banks really do offer checking accounts and they give you debit cards. There are some organizations out there that do offer you a debit card, really a debit card with a savings account, but that is very, very much rare and unpopular. Okay, so now with that being said, let's look at the good interface. Certainly, I have an account with CIT, and they do have a very professional website. It is very much basic. They don't have too many features on the website or the products that they offer. So it's very simple, very basic, very easy to use, and they do have human customer service available. Now, with that being said, speaking of customer service, what is the average review score from customers? Like, what are other people saying out there when it comes to the CIT Platinum Savings Account? Now, there's 2 scores here that I pulled for you that I researched, and I wanted to just kind of give you what a lot of people are saying, what scores are from some other financial organizations out there. So Bankrate gives CIT Savings 4.5, just like NerdWallet, and I'm going to be showing you here that on the screen. Now, in my eyes, it's a very basic savings account with high interest, and the only downside, the biggest downside that I personally see, is the fact that you need to start with $5,000, which, hey, depending on how much money you have to start, or how much money you're looking to save, that might be a wash for you. Like, you may not even worry about that. And in that case, that's great. Now, if you're wondering, okay, I'm down to open an account with CIT. It seems like a great fit for me. It's a really established brand. What am I getting into here? Do they have any history? CIT itself was founded in 1908, and it was acquired by First Citizens Bank, which in and of itself was founded in 1898 in North Carolina. So in 2022, the merger happened. And now, according to NerdWallet, as of January 2022, CIT Bank became the online division of First Citizens Bank. So there's a lot of history between these 2 banks that they merged. So personally, it does give me the warm and fuzzy feeling of an established, trustworthy organization. All right, so now when it comes to the pros and cons, if you are wondering whether or not CIT Platinum Savings Account is for you, well, here is the things that I personally identify as pros. So definitely the higher APY. There are very few organizations out there that do offer a 5% plus APY for their high yield savings accounts. Now, the only downside for this one is obviously that it does require a $5,000 minimum deposit. Again, this might be a pro or a con depending on what your situation is. There is another more broadly appealing Savings Connect high yield savings account that is at 4.65%, which you do also need to have a $100 minimum deposit. But for this one, you do not need to have $5,000 in your account. Another pro that I see with CIT Platinum is the fact that they don't have any monthly fees, the FDIC insurance of up to $250K, which is very much standard. And the way that I see it is just like a very much raw savings account. It's one of those things that personally, I look at it as set it and forget it, and then just automate your deposits on a monthly basis and let it grow. Now, a couple of cons. Again, this may be a pro or con depending on what you're looking, depending on where you're coming from, but you must keep a $5,000 cash at all times to keep the highest APY available. There's also no publicly available bonus. And if you are someone that is looking for a bank with branches, where you want to go talk to somebody, you want to make friends with the teller or the customer service rep, well, they don't have branches available. But chances are, if you are considering all these high yield online savings accounts, you would be okay with not having any branches available. Okay, so now would I recommend this organization or this savings account to my mom? Well, it depends. So let's say that my mom is looking for a very high interest. She also has more than $5,000 to start. So let's say that she wants to start with $10,000, $20,000. Maybe she wants to put her emergency funds along with my dad's just like in one account. And no problem, right? She's good. Also, the way I see this is my mom is looking for a very much basic, no bells and whistles, not too much product variety, just a high interest. I just want the raw interest. Then this would be a great fit for my mom. Now, let's say that my mom's looking for a cash signing bonus. Maybe she's looking for more options on investing, maybe more savings accounts, or maybe other automated tools. She doesn't just want a savings, but she also wants other features in her bank. She's looking for a completely new bank and a new organization for a new hub. Then CIT Bank may not be the best fit for her, especially when it comes to the cash signing bonus, because obviously they do not have one available. And when it comes to high yield savings accounts, there certainly are other options out there. I'm going to leave a link to those if you are interested in learning more about them.
So this is my take based on what I've seen, based on the research that I've done. Is CIT for you? Let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what other questions you have. Don't forget to check out the links in the description for a few freebies and rewards. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.